We're now at Leek Street graffiti tunnels, which are tunnels underneath Waterloo train station where you're legally allowed to graffiti. And the reason we've brought you here is just because it is such a fun place to photograph. There's all sorts of light, textures, shapes, patterns, loads going on.
Yeah, we thought this would be like the perfect place to show you our next tip. This is tip number 4, storytelling.
Think about photography as storytelling. Photography is not always about taking that one single image. I think it's better to think about photography as taking a series of images that you present together, and combined they tell the story of your subject or your location, such as Leek Street graffiti tunnels. The reason I think this works really well is that there can be a temptation just to sort of walk around taking shots of everything at once, and you end up with lots of cluttered, busy compositions that don't really show anything. When you think about photography as storytelling, it encourages you to look at all the little details. Yes, you do take that wide-angle shot that sets the scene, but you're also looking for the interesting light or the little quirky thing that's just round the corner. This then leads to a much more varied set of images that are going to grab the viewer's attention a little bit more than just presenting lots of images that basically look the same.
The thing about storytelling is you have to be very deliberate. You need to know exactly what you're photographing. And each image within your series of photographs needs to tell a slightly different aspect to your story. You might want to try an establishing shot first. It might be a wide-angle shot. And then from there, you can start getting a bit more in-depth into your subject. That's when you can start being really creative, like, you know, trying to get different compositions, really trying to get in close. And that's what we're going to try and do now for you to demonstrate what we mean.
We're going to do a challenge here of trying to tell the story of Leek Street graffiti tunnels. The first shot is we need to set the scene. That's really important so that the rest of the images actually make sense. We're then going to do a shot that has some life in it, something that uses light creatively, and then something where we focus right in on the detail. So which ones do you want to do?
I think I would like to do detail.
Okay.
And
light?
Light, I'll do the lights, yeah.
Okay, and I'll do setting the scene and life.
Okay.
Okay?
Don't do a stupid walk. Don't do a stupid walk.
Not yet.
Okay, this is my first shot in this challenge. I have light. So I need to try and figure out some sort of cool light to try and tell the story. And as people come into the tunnel here, they momentarily become silhouetted. So I'm going to underexpose and try and get a really cool silhouette as they come into the tunnels. Just a sort of waiting game now to try and time for the right subject, to try and make sure they're in the right position so there's nothing behind them essentially, so the silhouette is really obvious. Right, come on, come on.
So I found my setting the scene shot here. I think it's really important with these types of photographs still to have strong composition or a focal point. So I've opted for this position here because I've got the nice leading line of the pavement, and I've also got this lady that's been graffitied on the ceiling, which makes a sort of really dramatic focal point for the image. So I've just got to wait until there's not too many people in the shot. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Time for shot 2, which is life. So thinking about telling the story, we're obviously in Leek Street graffiti tunnels, so it has to be a graffiti artist. So I've just gone and asked this guy, and he said he was very happy to let me take a few photos.
So my second shot is detail. So obviously I need to get something with graffiti in it, but it has to be pretty close up. So I'm just photographing this pigeon sort of roaming around these stairs here. And what's really nice about it is that the stairs have actually got all the little bits of graffiti that's sort of partially rubbed off. So I'm hoping this pigeon's going to provide me with a bit of a subject within the stairs. So hopefully this should work quite nicely. Just need to try and time him so he's in the right spot. Might take a while just to try and make sure he's got a good silhouette. There we go. Come on. Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so that is our 4 photographs done. That's a pretty cool challenge. I really enjoyed that. Try and do this at home. That's a really, really good sort of an exercise to do. So we're going to show you the 4 shots together and see what you think. I think it tells a pretty good story of this pretty awesome and unique place.